Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
Welcome, everybody, to Pink Table Talk. I'm your host, Dr. Carly D., a doctorally prepared registered nurse, educator, mentor, activist, and community advocate. The show is brought to you all by Lawin Media Network, and you can catch us live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. We're on Twitch TV, YouTube, Facebook, and all podcast platforms. To watch old episodes, you can catch us on Amazon, so make sure that you subscribe. Tonight, we're kicking off Women's History Month in a great way. I'm so excited. For myself, for Women's History Month, I started off the month. I'm taking some rest. I'm going to rest myself. I'm doing some self-care. I'm taking care of my body, my mind, and my soul. I started a detox today. I went and got me a facial. No foundation today, really going natural, let my skin breathe. I feel that it's important for us as women to take care of ourselves, to allow ourselves to rest when we need to, and then to also take care of our mind. So I've been doing more meditations, more quiet time to myself in the evenings, especially just to kind of unwind and decompress from all the day-to-day stress. I feel that as women, we're busy, career women especially, we have to take that time to take care of us, because if we don't take care of us, how can we take care of anybody else? So tonight, I'm happy to bring to you all a special guest, Miss Cierra Evans from IDK Communications. She is a powerhouse in the political world here in Houston. And so I'm happy to bring to you guys tonight her story. So everybody, welcome to the show, Cierra Evans.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Yes. I love your energy. I love your pink.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
On Wednesdays we talk pink.
Oh,
so
I love it. Pink every day for me. Right?
Yes, I love pink. You know, it's such an energizing color. It's so feminine, but yet it's powerful. And so I love it.
Bold.
So yes, it's bold. And so this year our theme is bolder and braver. So you're right on point with that.
Good. Awesome.
Yes. So it looks like you're ready for rodeo. This is rodeo season here in Houston. So it looks like she's ready for the rodeo, have some food, carnival, all that good stuff.
Yes, I love the rodeo.
Yes, it's so much fun. I love it too. Yeah. I love all the food, although it definitely is giving big back when you go there.
And I'm okay with the big back activity at the carnival.
Yes, at the carnival, because you know what I feel like? I feel like it takes like 40 minutes of walking just to get to where all the food is. Yes. So I'm like, yes, I'm working off my food. I'm working up my appetite. Me and my kids, we start at one side of where the food vendor and we get one of everything. Yeah. And so we find a table and we just graze. We'll have a little bit of fried Oreos, funnel cake, turkey leg, meat on a stick that's been dipped and fried and all of that.
Have you tried the Trill Burger?
No. Trill Burgers. Yeah, that's
I haven't
good.
tried it yet, and I'm so sad.
No, that's really good. Yeah, that's definitely a favorite, you know. Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, they even got some crazy things there, like fried butter. I'm like,
wow. Have not tried that.
Yes, I know. And I'm like, no, that's reeking. Like, my cholesterol level is going high looking at that. Yes. So I don't know about trying some fried butter.
Yeah, that's body activity. Not big body activity. So
yes. But I love it. It is fun. And then they have the animals for the kids to see. And we always like looking at the baby chicks hatching. So I definitely do love me some rodeo.
I love the rabbits.
Yes. Oh, and it's very appropriate for this season, right
Yeah.
before Easter. So
Yeah,
it's
it
good
is.
times. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yes. So now tell me, Cierra, are you native to Houston? Is this where you grew up? Tell us about your childhood upbringing and what brought you to being the beautiful woman you are today.
Oh, well, thank you so much for asking. I'm actually not from Houston or
Oh.
Texas. I call
Oh.
myself a city belle
Oh,
because
okay.
I'm very cityfied, but
Yes.
I'm a Southern belle at heart. A lot of people are like,
Wow.
I can tell you're not from here,
Oh.
but I feel like you are from here. And I
Yes.
just started using the term, I'm a city belle.
The city
I
belle.
dress very
I
city.
like
used to wear
that.
heels every day.
Yes,
And then
yes.
be like at a trail ride.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't
Oh, that's
match,
interesting.
so I have to get some boots. but
Oh, yes.
I'm from California.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I'm
Yes.
from California,
Nice.
and I love being
Mhm.
from California. But I love
Yes.
living in Texas. too.
Yes. Yes.
So it's beautiful. I grew up
Yes.
in SoCal, Southern
Oh, okay.
California.
Nice.
Yes, did a lot of my education in Northern California, San Francisco.
Wow. Very nice.
And,
Very nice.
I love being from California.
Yeah,
We'll be there
that's
tomorrow,
cool.
so,
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
in the
That's
morning.
very cool.
Yeah.
I love this term city belle
Yeah.
because, everybody always tells me that I'm like a Southern belle. And I'm like, but I was born and raised in New York. I've lived
Yeah.
in Baltimore. I've lived in
Mhm.
DMV, like DC area.
Yeah.
So this is my first experience in the South. But everybody's like, oh, you're so Southern. And I'm
Right.
like, man, I'm not. I'm very
Right.
much a city girl. Like you
Right.
said, I wear heels all the time. I like to
Yeah.
shop and,
Yeah.
all those things. But I'm going to use
Yeah.
that now, city belle.
Oh, good. I love it. We need a movement.
Yes,
Pink
yes.
City
I'm
Belle.
going to add that to my name, like
Yes.
Dr. City Belle.
Yes. It works perfectly.
Yes, very
Yeah.
cute, very cute.
Thank you.
So tell us more about your education and that journey and how it led you to this career.
Okay, so like I said, I'm from California. I grew up in the Nickerson Gardens, and that's
Ooh.
in Watts, California, adjacent to Compton, California. So I
Oh,
really
interesting.
was raised in both.
Mhm.
At the same time, I would
Mhm.
go to my dad's mother's house, who was in Watts in the projects, and I would go to my mom's mother's house, who was in Compton, right off of
Okay.
Central and Rosecrans.
Mhm.
So if anyone knows Kendrick Lamar, literally we're from the
Yes.
same
Really?
area. Like it's
Okay.
a street that essentially
Okay.
divides us. But
Okay.
so
Very
I love
cool.
being from LA.
Yeah,
I love being
that's
from
nice.
LA. My grandmother, she was very influential in the political scene in California. She did a lot of work with Maxine Waters. They
Oh,
went to the
nice.
same church.
Mhm.
And it really kind of kicked off from there. My grandmother was an Eastern
Nice.
Star, and she was the
Oh,
president.
how cool.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
nice.
I learned
So was my
more.
grandma.
Oh,
Yes.
That white, and it just was
Yeah.
so regal.
Very regal.
I love.
Oh,
Maybe
so
that's why we're
cool.
such a city
We're
belle,
city
you
belle.
know?
Yes. And her
Yeah.
name was Clara Bell. So
Oh,
she
I
had,
love
she actually
that.
had that in her name.
Oh, my grandmother was Nora King, Mrs. King. They
Aw,
would always call her
yes.
Mrs. King. So,
Aw.
I had a good upbringing. My foundation for
Mhm.
leadership was very strong with my grandmother.
Mhm.
Like I was saying, she was the president of the housing authorities in the
Mhm.
Nickerson Gardens.
Mhm.
So she dealt with a lot of
Yeah.
different things,
I'm
when it
sure.
came to
Oh my
leadership
gosh.
and just being a role model for a lot of
Mhm.
different demographics there.
Yes.
So I saw
Wow.
her patience, I saw her diligence, her humility,
Mhm.
but I also saw behind the scenes,
Mhm.
a lot of people, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's my generation or just
Mhm.
culturally,
Mhm.
some of us, we grew up with our grandparents,
Yes.
so I
Yes.
would see how those relationships were
Mm.
built and
Mm.
formed. And I really got to be a fly on the wall, like all of us want to do.
Yes.
And I got to see how adults interact in a professional setting, which was very interesting. And because she was heavily involved in politics.
Wow,
So
that's cool.
it was
That's
fun.
nice.
Yeah.
That sounds so interesting. I love history. And anytime I read about history, I think about these pivotal moments, just like the ones you talk about, the ones that are not documented in history. I'm sure that they've done some things that have helped to create the world that we live in today that was
Yes.
never documented. So it's wonderful and beautiful that you got to witness that.
Oh, I had a good time. I love those nostalgic moments where I can
Yeah.
go in LA and I'm like, I remember this, or I remember these
Wow.
moments. So yes,
Oh,
good
that's so
time.
awesome. That's so
Yeah.
awesome. What's one memory that you can think of that stood out to you the most?
With my grandmother, or just living in LA,
With your
or
grandmother and her power moves.
my grandmother had
I always get y'all on this show.
um listen, my grandmother lived in the Nickerson Gardens in the projects,
Yeah.
and there were different activities that people would indulge in the neighborhood, and she was always a safe place for
Yeah.
people who essentially did drugs or lived an alternative lifestyle.
I like that
You know,
alternative.
pharmaceutical reps
Herbal.
in their use, so different things,
Yes,
But there
yes.
was a moment where it was pouring down, raining,
Mhm.
and my grandmother was, kind of getting the house ready for the rain, because she had this thing: when it was raining, you turn all the lights off and we pray, and it was all all this. And across the street there was a lady, and she was taking her clothes off, and I didn't
Mhm.
understand. I said, what is she doing? What is she doing? And my grandmother, she was like, oh baby, that she's tripping, she's getting, she's having a moment.
my.
And the lady came and darted in the house
Oh
like
my
something was
gosh.
on her, and
Wow.
and she just blazed through the house. And my grandmother, it was the wildest scene ever. My grandmother handled it with just grace, almost like
Interesting.
nothing
Yeah.
happened. She was so compassionate to the lady when she saw her again.
Mhm.
And I just thought, that is different. I got to see my grandmother interact with people in their wildest moments, but she
Yes.
was so humble, and she didn't
Yes.
treat them as if they were
Yeah.
what everyone else in the world treated them like. So I
Wow.
really got to see how she treated people like she was the neighborhood Mother Teresa.
Yes.
So that played a
Wow.
big role in
Mhm.
how I developed as a woman, how she treated people in real
Yes.
time. So.
Yes. Oh, I love that story. It kind of parallels some things that I saw in my childhood. My father growing up, he was a chemical dependency counselor. So a lot of times his patients came to our apartment, in crisis, and he treated them all with love, like anybody else, So growing up, I did get to see firsthand, people who were addicted, people who were strung out on drugs, people who relapsed, but the compassion and love that he showed to them forever changed my view on people. And it gave me a non-judgmental view on people. Like, no matter what walk of life you're coming from, you're worthy of respect and love. And so he was kind of the neighborhood. They called him the father. He was a pastor. So they said, Father Eddie. And, everybody knew him. Everybody came to him. It would take us an hour to get across the street to the store. Everybody stopped. Pray for me, Eddie. I got this story to tell you. Oh, can I have $2?
What is it with $2?
No, I feel like in the 90s, that was like the going rate or something. I feel like $2 went a long way back then.
Yes.
Now it's like $50 or more. I'm like, gee, people are something else.
It is.
But needless to say, the end of it was, just that compassion. And so I feel like, that's similar into what we've experienced in our childhood. So
I think culturally, there's a lot of healing that still has to be done.
Yes.
Coming back to that term city belle, when people see us dressed and looking a certain way, and we have, we're down to the nines, we're just dressed, right? They have a certain perception of who we are, what our energy, our attitudes may be like.
Yes.
So it's really important to have compassion. And my grandmother dealt with a lot of people who didn't maybe speak well, or who didn't know how to articulate themselves. She was like, "It's all right, baby. I know what you're saying. I got you. I got you." And I can see the transformation and how they would let their guards down.
Yes.
And I always wanted to be that type of a leader, or just that type of in a relationship with people where it just was comfortable.
Yes.
And
I love that.
non-judgmental. So
yeah, I love that. I think it's a beautiful thing when people can feel comfortable around you to open up. In the world today with everything going on, so many people are so guarded. And so when people can feel emotionally safe enough with you, I think that's priceless. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I love those moments. Throughout my working career, where I used to work, I think when I graduated college at Spectrum.
Oh,
so
wow.
When it was Time Warner, that transition, I used to work there, and I worked at 24 Hour Fitness, but I would always have customers. They would come back and they say, you know what? I don't know how you handled me like that, and I was acting a fool, and I couldn't. But my manager would be like, "That is crazy. You have people say this. I don't have them do that with anyone else." But they would always say, "I really appreciate you." They were humble enough to come back and say, "Thank you for not matching my energy." Essentially, so I think that's been my happy place. With because I don't match energy, especially when I can see something else.
Yes, I like that. I like that. God bless you for working customer service. First of all, I'm pretty sure some of my calls are used for training.
I love it.
Because when I get mad about a bill or service not working, that's a whole nother Carly that come out.
Oh, I love it.
I love what you also said about not matching energy. That's a new lesson for me this year. Being a Gemini, we gonna give you back what you're giving us.
Yes.
But going to that higher level that I'm trying to achieve this year, I learned now it's just cut the connection. If the energy is not, good, cut the connection. And so that's what I'm learning for this year.
I like it. That's good. When I met you, it's almost the opposite for me. It's like not cut the connection, but match it. Because when we met,
that's
true.
Like,
hey,
energy.
We immediately, emailed and
yes.
I appreciate the good energy.
Yes, good energy. There you go. I like that one. And on that note, we'll go to our first commercial break of the evening. But everybody stay tuned for more Pink Table Talk with Cierra Evans.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
Welcome back, everybody, to Pink Table Talk. So before we went to the break, we started to learn about Cierra Evans and her upbringing and how her grandmother made a great impact on her life and inspired her to a career in politics. So Cierra, talk to us now about what you currently do and how you got there.
Currently, I am all things politics.
I
am really heavy into politics, specifically in the counties in Texas. So I'm the executive director of IDK Communications. So I really enjoy what I do. We are a PR firm, and we focus essentially on helping people create their systems to communicate exactly who they are, what they do, and why what they do is important, so that they can actually have a way to articulate what they're doing so people can capture it and go.
Yes. And now say that for us in layman's terms.
In layman's terms, I just help you get the word out about who you are.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
To where it's transferable. People are like,
yes,
that person, I know them. They do a lot of good stuff.
Yes.
This is how I can say what it is, and it's transferable.
Yes. So that's wonderful. So you help people with their campaigns, especially on the local and county levels. What is that like? And is it a lot of work? Like, what is the process?
The process, depending on what the service is campaign consulting. It's actually a campaign management. It can be social media packages. You know, some people may want to be influencers. They want to build or sustain their social capital. So that translates into financial capital. And that's where the communication systems truly come into play. So, and it's not just political candidates. It's very political heavy because I have a degree in political science and criminal justice. But I also help entrepreneurs, churches, and and small businesses. So
very nice, very nice. Are you sort of like an Olivia Pope?
Everyone says that. Everyone, I've heard that a
lot. Mind. It did.
So we focus a lot on innovation and influence. So a lot of the things that I enjoy doing most are in behind the scenes. So not mostly in the scenes. And that's why I think I hear Olivia Pope. I love Olivia Pope. I love that show. That was life for me.
Her outfits. Yeah, that was it for me. I wanted every single outfit, especially those coats. Oh, baby,
jail.
Yes. I love it.
So good, so good.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. So I love it because you as an African American woman in this field. Do you see a lot of other people that look like you doing this type of work?
That is an interesting question because there's a lot of conversation about how there are not enough Black people who are in this space, and not just in this space for the lifestyle of being a campaign consultant or a campaign manager, but actually getting big contracts, like maybe with the state party or with the national party. And that's one of the things I can hope to break the ceiling with, because
that's great.
It's definitely important.
Yes, I love that. And that's why I love that you're here kicking off Women's History Month, because you are making women's history and Black history, working in this sector. When I did meet you, I had never met anybody, that looked like you working in this industry. I had worked on a lot of campaigns since I was a teenager. Growing up in New York, we have a lot of activism instilled in us. And so it was always people that didn't look like us. A lot of it, even for the candidates that might have looked like us, the people behind the scenes didn't look like us. And so I love that you're doing this work here in Houston.
Oh, yeah. I am unapologetically Black. And I am here for all things. I love everyone. But I think that specifically for our culture, it's important for us to have visibility in spaces so others can know this is a space for me too, and it's not something that I have to crawl my way into because we're here.
Yes, I love that. I love that. Now, do you ever receive pushback or criticism for doing the work you do in this area?
In this area, it is very different from California. I will say that. Texas politics, and because I've worked with candidates on either side of the aisle for business wise with IDK, but it is pushback more so from clients, because what we bring with IDK Communications is the system, the structure of how you communicate. And I think a lot of times, and it may be culturally, when we're working in advance, people don't want to be told what to do. And it's not even being told what to do when you ask them questions and they don't know it, which is IDK Communications. When people come to us, they don't know. That's why I call IDK Communications. But when they leave, we want them to say, I do know.
Oh, I like that.
So I didn't know how to, I didn't have a team. I didn't have the money. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't get in the rooms. I don't know where to start. So when you come here, we figure it out.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. That's really great. I think a lot of people, they want to elevate, even if it's like you said, business or politically, but they just don't know where to start or how to get there. And so I love that you help them find that out, and so that they do know. So I like that.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. The imposter syndrome is real. I help them navigate that, because some people feel, why would I be doing this? Why would somebody pay me to do this? Or why would somebody care about what I'm doing?
Yes.
And you have to be able to tell your story in a way to where you can connect and gain that influence from what you've been through. And the things that people don't want to address or talk about are usually the things that give
need
them
to
the breakthrough.
Yes, that's so true. You know, before I had finished my doctorate, my mentor told me, he said, you know, that first year when you finish, you're going to go through imposter syndrome. Yeah. And I was like, nah, I know I'm working hard. I'm going to feel so good to have this degree. You know, it's going to open doors for me. And then when I got it, I was like, oh, I'm not qualified.
Yeah.
I'm not qualified. Nobody's going to want to listen to me. Nobody's going to open the door for me or hire me, you know, and things like that. But they did. And people were confident in my skills and abilities, even though I didn't feel it yet, you know. And then, you know, also being an African-American woman, there's not many of us. There's 2% in the world with a doctorate degree. And so for me going into spaces, it often creates some controversy as well. And so that can also make that imposter syndrome kind of set in. It's like, oh, they don't believe in me. I don't believe in me, you know, and you kind of have to come to a space in your head where you're like, you know what, I'm meant to do this. I wouldn't be here if God didn't want this for me.
That's so true. Oh, I love that. It's so true. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I could not agree more. That imposter syndrome will keep us, the fear of failure.
Yes.
I noticed too lately, people don't want to be disliked. I read a book called The Courage to Be Disliked.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It couldn't have resonated with me more. So
I love that, you know, because for me, that kind of helped me to push the barriers and boundaries in my career, you know, this getting rid of this idea of people pleasing and wanting everybody to love me and to like me. I got rid of that ideals long time ago. Yeah. And the minute I did, I started to actually live and break barriers and do things that needed to be done.
I'm so excited for you for that. And that's where my energy and passion with my clients come from.
Yes.
And I'm just like, it's so exciting. And I think it's infectious. They're like, why are you so, you know, you're weird. What is going on? How are you? You're so uppity. You're so energized. You know, it's too early in the morning. What are you doing? So that energy is big for me. But I think when you have a cheerleader, especially when I don't know, some of my clients I don't know them from Adam, right? And they're like, you know what? I need like 5 of you to just come with me everywhere. So I think it's important in this space of being an entrepreneur to have your team, your people, find your tribe. Yes. Everyone doesn't know.
Yes. You know, it's so funny that you just said, find your team. I had a business meeting earlier this week with my new financial mentor, and he gave me a book and it's about 5 different moves that you have to make. And one of them is making your power team. And that really resonated with me. And I thought to myself, I said, you know what? You're so right. You know, like a lot of people think, oh, how does she do it? How she do it? Well, I have mentors and guides in every area. I have a therapist. I have a financial advisor. I have a health advisor. I have, you know, somebody I can vent to when I need to, a professional career advisor. You know, you have to have somebody in all these different areas to kind of help you and push you to succeed.
Oh, yeah. Mentorship is pivotal.
Yes.
It is so important. A lot of the work that I focused on originally, IDK started because of a lack of mentorship. I would generationally, there were a lot of people, you know, in my age group, they would say, I don't have a mentor. I don't have anyone showing me the way, telling me how to do it. So I would say, okay, I'm going to go to these meetings. I'm going to see what I can learn and then mentor my other, you know, generational friends. So that's how it started.
Yes.
But I think that that's really important for us to be able to have mentorship, especially in spaces of business and career.
Yes, absolutely. I agree 100% with that. You know, being in my field, in healthcare, and then as an African-American woman, when I came up, I didn't have any mentors. There was nobody that looked like me that had, you know, these doctorate degrees or had, you know, been doing research and doing all these great things. But now I mentor those coming up. You know, like I might speak at a conference or do a panel, and people come up to me afterwards and they'll tell me their struggle. They'll tell me the pushback they're getting. They'll tell me about the racist treatment they're getting. And they'll say, give me some advice. You know, can we talk? Can you meet with me? And I do, because I know what they've been through and I know what it's like. And so I'm glad that now I can be a mentor to others.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm excited for all the mentees. I don't think they know how much it does to us sometimes as mentors.
Yes.
To just say, hey, I helped somebody today.
Yes.
I didn't have this. And you know, you can tell your heart is right, your energy is right, because some people, when they haven't had the mentorship themselves, say, why would I want to give this? And you can tell they're giving, they know they need to give it, but it's begrudging. So I think that's important too. That shows real leadership.
Yes. And that's something that I learned early in my career. You know, when I did work the bedside in the hospitals, we would often have students or even volunteers coming in, and the management would be like, oh, well, go to Carly. She'll take a student. She'll take a precept somebody, because nobody else wanted to. And so that was when I realized that it's not about numbers. It's about who actually wants to do it.
That's right.
And who has a heart to do it. And only people that do have a heart for mentorship, teaching, or precepting should do it. You know, we don't want to discourage somebody more if their heart is not right.
That's so true. Leaders and mentors need respite care.
Yes, that's what I'm doing this week.
Yes. So I'm going to take your advice and do some more self-care.
Yes. I love that. I love that.
So good.
Yes, I love that. So we're going to go to our second commercial break of the evening, but everybody stay tuned for more Pink Table Talk.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights, and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
Like, I'm everything.
Welcome back, everybody, to Pink Table Talk. The show is brought by Lawin Media Network, and you can catch us live every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV, and all podcast platforms. Tonight, we're talking with the dynamic Cierra Evans. And so before we went to break, she talked to us about how she helps candidates, business, entrepreneurs, and people get over imposter syndrome to reach their full potential. My Miss Olivia Pope, Houston's Olivia Pope here.
I do what I can. I do what I can.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us, what is the process? Say someone does come to you, and you know, whether it's political or entrepreneurial, and they want to get their voice out there, they want to make a bigger impact. What are some of the steps that you take, and what is that process like?
So depending on how they reach us, usually it's word of mouth, or someone gave them my number. They'll call me, or they'll call someone that's on the team, and they'll get a discovery call scheduled about 15 minutes. We'll assess their needs. We'll have them fill out forms before they do the discovery call, so we can have some insight about what they want, right? So after that discovery call, we send them options. Okay, would you like to move forward with the $75 or whatever the amount is fee for the consultation? That's 30 to 45 5 minutes so we can have a strategic plan breaking down what you want.
Yes.
You pick your services. If you want to move forward, we move you straight along to contracts, different things of that nature. You sign all of your documents, kind of like a doctor's office.
Yes.
You have to fill out all the paperwork, and people are like, I just want to give you the money. I just want to give you the money. We have to go through paperwork. And that's what's different about politics. Most people, they'll come in, they say, hey, I just have this money. They don't want to do any of the business part. So a lot of what IDK does is bringing the business back to politics. So it's almost like how you're in the nursing field, or you're in that space. It's nursing good people to help, nursing the politicians back to good health.
I like that.
Because
that's
it's
good.
A lot of stigmatism about, lack of integrity and it's just bad business in politics. So.
Yes, a lot of scandals.
Yes, it is. So, we want to make sure we're on the up and up. So it's a lot of protocol. We try to keep it together.
Yes, I like that. I think that's a really great process. And so I love that you do like a thorough intake so that way you can actually know your client well and to best meet their needs. Have you come into any scandals? You don't have to get details.
I definitely get clients. So this is the thing, as a campaign manager.
Yes.
You know people's business. You definitely know people's business. And I think that's why people work with me and with IDK, because we have a high level of discretion. Like I said, I'm from California. I used to work at the Department of Motor Vehicles. If you don't know discretion there, you have federal documents, you have people's socials, all the information. You'll have celebrities come in and you can't just give out.
Yes.
So we really live by integrity.
Yes.
And some people, they don't handle the consulting or the management as a business. So when they get done doing business, they'll tell all of what happened, like having a bad best friend. As soon as y'all are not friends anymore, they did such and such. That's crazy. That's a lack of character and integrity. So I think that's why we get referrals and different things like that. But the process moving forward, of course, now is we have to qualify and vet our candidates. Just because you have the money to pay, that doesn't mean we're going to work with you. Because we have to. Do you uphold any morals or levels of integrity how we do? Because whether we say it or not, we can tell what type of clients we get, so we can always tell.
But, boy, I'd love to be a fly on the wall in those conversations.
But we honestly, even behind the scenes, we have to keep that level of integrity, because if you don't naturally walk with a certain character, it'll ooze out, when you're in public. So you have to make that a part of your lifestyle to not do certain things even behind closed doors. Yeah,
that is so true. Speaking of character, you definitely have some great character. You work the DMV. Lord have mercy, girl.
The
you got the patience
DMV
of Job
in California at the time. I think.
Oh, Lord, honey. Right. Oh, I'm sure you still got PTSD from that.
Oh, it was interesting. It was very interesting.
Oh, you need to write a book on those stories.
I think I did. So it was fun though. I learned a lot.
Oh, I'm sure. You know how to handle people well now, I'm sure.
People loved coming to me.
Oh, that's nice.
I was one of the younger ones there, and they would say, I just like coming to your space. I'm like, let me take a picture with you. I want to go to her. So I did a lot of CDLs, the truck drivers.
Oh,
that. So I would help them with administering the tests.
Yes. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's really cool. And I love the fact that you also look for clients with integrity and morals and values.
Yeah. Moving forward, I do a lot of different things in a lot of different places. And the more clients you get, the more. Honestly, I will say sometimes having a bad client will help your business as an entrepreneur the most, because you'll say, I need to get different protocols in place. So honestly, the team doesn't like it, but I'm like, this was really good. And they're like, how do you find the good in this foolishness? But I'm like, now we can have different things in place. So we have more paperwork, or we have more things. But before, when we were growing, we were like, okay, I know you, I'll take you. But now everyone can't get chosen.
You got to get screened now.
I think that's always helpful.
Yeah. No, that's a smart way of looking at it. Like you said, some people might say, oh, this was a bad experience, and be traumatized by it. But I love the fact that you learn from it and you're growing because of that. And I think that's just a very healthy outlook and way to handle business. And so I think that that's a great lesson right there.
I understand the separation of it. Some people do entrepreneurship as if they want to be just the sole proprietor.
Yeah.
And some people do entrepreneurship as if they are building a business. So you have to separate the two. It's not, this is a friendship. No, they paid you. So this is a transaction. But even though with us it's less of a transaction, it's more of an experience. So when people come to us, they say, I like the way you made me feel, or I like how you didn't make me feel when you could have made me feel this way. Because we deal with some sensitive stuff. Some people, they're not good speakers. They're really nervous, or they don't know how to do, they don't know certain information. So it may be, they may have some pride there to ask, how do I do this as a grown adult? But it's just okay. It's the space.
Yes.
So.
I like that. I like that. And so as we wrap up this part of your career, what are steps to a successful campaign?
To have a coachable candidate.
Ooh,
that
I like
is one of the biggest things, to have a coachable candidate, someone who is willing to embrace the team, and someone who is willing to have constructive criticism, someone who has integrity, someone who is willing to advocate for themselves, and someone who is willing to do what they say they are going to do.
I like that. I like that. I like that, because a lot of times when we think of politicians, we think of how they appear in public. But you also want them to be that real thing, even outside of public and in their private life. And I love that. I think that's great.
It is very interesting. You see, the public, they don't know about politics, and we do. So some people, they say, we've seen them everywhere, so they must be the best candidate. No, that doesn't mean that necessarily. They have great marketing and exposure, but have you ever heard them in an interview? Or do they answer the actual questions that are being asked? Are they rude to people behind the scenes? Do they turn their face after they're done talking to someone with disgust? I pay attention to all of that. And most voters don't have time to investigate who or what all that is. So.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, if you do have, let's say, a candidate who might not be the best speaker, the most eloquent, do you guys help them with that?
We have packages for that. We have all needs. It's really a one-stop shop. So if people are like, I don't have the attire, I don't have I can't speak well, I don't have the team, I don't know how to raise money, I don't have any money.
Yes.
But I know I'm good. I know I'm gonna stick through it. And having a candidate that will stick through the entire race and not quit.
Yes. Have you seen a lot of candidates quit their campaign before they finished?
They quiet quit. So they just said, I'm not going to show up. Or I'll be there and then not be there. Or a lot of them do that. You would be surprised how many of them do that, regardless of what their previous titles are, if they're an incumbent, or if they sometimes they just say, I'm not.
Wow, that's interesting.
Because it's a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Yeah, it's heavy.
They're not used to that. So they just have to get nursed into have to have good bits. Yes.
Wow, that's so interesting. I never thought about that. I never knew people would quietly quit. Oh, we have a question from one of our audience members. Mimi DeVera, one of our devoted audience members. She said, not sure if it's in the U.S., but in the Philippines, if you are so into politics, that could get you in trouble. You could even receive death threats. Have you ever experienced that? Ooh, good question, Mimi.
That is such a good question. Mimi, yes, that's so good. It can be that way, and I won't divulge too much, but it is. Some people stand on business. You can have certain circumstances where it's a lot of money involved in politics, and if you are unscrupulous, or if you take bribes, like say for instance, you help someone get onto become an elected official or be on city council, and there's some bid or some contract that they want. They push money to you on the side. What do you think they're going to do if they paid you $500,000 for or whatever the amount is, and then you don't vote how they wanted you to vote? If some people stand on business and they may say, oh, okay, I got you. You have a this person that goes there, your mama's over there. Different places have different people, different strokes, but different votes.
Yes,
so yes,
scary.
Mimi, it is dangerous, and I think that some of the higher ups, they have a lot of security, and I think that's important. But here, it's definitely a right. It's really a privilege, more or less, because it can be taken away. But you do have to still be careful sometimes. But that's why we focus on the business part of the campaigns, because how do you structure it? How do you properly receive money? How do you do all of those things? How do you function it as if you're a brand and you can just move? So there's a system. When a volunteer comes on board, what does that process look like? What is that journey that so those are the things we focus on, so you can build your machine and you're not doing all the work. Like most entrepreneurs, they're like, I'm picking up the calls, I'm picking up the I'm doing every task, I'm every role. No, you want to transition out of that. It doesn't make you any less. It actually makes you a better leader when you can transition that. So that's what we're working to do.
I love that. I do love delegation, and so I was talking to a friend earlier this week about it, because she wanted to start like maybe a side business. She's thinking about it. I said, girl, you have to delegate that. Go get yourself a little task rabbit, somebody, a personal something. They can help you do it. And I love delegation. I'm very good at delegating, and it helps me to be able to do all the great projects and wonderful things that I'm doing. So definitely delegate.
Task rabbit is it. Yes. We need a political task.
Yes.
That's us, I guess.
I love it. This has been such a great conversation so far. I can't believe we're almost wrapping up our hour. We're going to go to our last commercial break of the evening, but we're going to wrap up and more Pink Table Talk with Cierra Evans.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit DizonLawFirm.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We've been having a great conversation this evening with Miss Cierra Evans. And so this is Women's History Month. And so I wanted to end this segment with talking about motherhood and how do you balance work-life balance and being this powerhouse Olivia Pope here.
Oh my goodness, that is such an honor. I really hope that resonates with you all. I love being a mother. I knew, some little girls, they'll say, I want to be this, I want to be that. I knew I wanted to be a mother and a present mother. So even though I'm involved in politics, most people who know me know my son.
Yes.
He's here now.
Yes.
Here. And so he comes everywhere. And I think that the work that I do is so impactful for him to be a part of it, because as a young man, you want to know how to be welcomed into a space.
Yes.
You want to see that, and you want to really embrace that as a young person. So a lot of times when we come into certain spaces, no one acknowledges kids. They just don't. But now he's been around me so much, and I'm full of joy being a mom and a boy mom. That's exactly what I wanted. Perfect pregnancy. Came on time on the due date at 12 in the morning. So he waited for the due.
That is so wonderful.
No morning sickness.
I mean, wow.
I only have one, because I'm like, is it going to be that perfect?
You want to teach yourself?
No, I don't want to do it.
That's wonderful. Yes. I love it when I can see women be professional, yet still make time for family and be mothers. I think that a woman's highest honor is to be a mom, whether it's naturally or adoption, whatever way. I think nurturing someone else is a woman's greatest joy. So I can see it on your face, the way you light up when you talk about him.
Yeah, he's a character too. He's his own human. He's literally his own human. My grandmother had so much pride. She had 4 boys.
Wow.
And they just doted on her. They just loved her. She was, I call it the queen of kings. She was, the family last name was King.
Oh, that's
And she
cool.
was the queen of the kings.
Oh, wow. That's neat.
I said, I hope if I have kids and I have a boy first, that's it. That's it. And that's what I got. So
yes. That's wonderful. As a girl mom, it's expensive. So
I'm grateful.
I know. People always ask me if I want to have a boy one day. And I'm like, not until these two can get a job, and then maybe I'll think about like adopting a boy or something, because I'm like, no. They're too much money. They tell me they want their hair done, their nails done, and they're only 7 and 8. So they want everything done.
That's so cute.
Yeah. So yeah, they want it all, and the world is theirs. And and then I always tell myself, I'm not buying them not another thing. And there I go running to the store today. I came out today. They said, oh, you went to Minso. And I'm like, y'all even know about it? They say, yeah, we seen the commercial on YouTube.
Oh my goodness. They have you wrapped around.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They get what they want. They do. So, but I love that, motherhood, it is a great joy and a great honor. And so I love that you bring him with you. That's great. Ooh. Great education. That's great education for him.
Yeah. He teaches me.
Oh, wow.
He honestly, between being a mother and being an entrepreneur, I learned just as much about being a good leader from my son, being a mom, as I do any other space. Because he said, Mom, how come you change? We code switch sometime, right? He said, how come your voice changes like that when you leave a voicemail message? I said, because I need to be focused. So he watches everything.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's fun. And it humbles me in a way that I really enjoy, And I'm like, you know what? You're right. So, I think it's fun.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I have met him at some political events, and he is very well behaved and handsome, and he's great at taking pictures and videos. So, he's like your right-hand man. Yeah.
That is his job.
Yes. You got to prove the work. Yeah. So I love that, though. I think it's great experience, in the way that you saw your grandma doing all those wonderful things. He now is seeing you do these wonderful things.
Yeah. He speaks up in those spaces. So we went to see Jasmine Crockett at one of the events in Missouri City.
Wow.
And they have a line after, and grown people, elders in wheelchairs. And I said, hey, this is like a celebrity in the political space. And he just walks up, and I'm like, no, you gotta get in line. Those people will knock you with the table.
Yeah, they serious.
He didn't understand it because he's so used to being in the space. And he said, what? I said, yeah. You have to just, so he has that aura and that confidence because he's used to dealing with the space. So he's fun.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love that. I think it's wonderful when we can incorporate our children into the things that we do, especially as moms. We often feel guilty for pursuing our dreams and going to work. But I love it that you bring him along.
I mean, as a mom, sometimes that's the only thing. You're like, man, I would love to just ride and listen to my own music, what I want to hear. Yeah. Or I would love to just embrace this part. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Yes, it's so true. It is so true. Like my girls, they already know, Wednesday, she's going to go do her show.
Yeah.
They already know the deal. They're like, we got to do this, get our dinner, get ready, go to bed, all those things. They know how Wednesdays go. And so,
systems.
Yeah, they have a system. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's the only way to thrive. They say busy people get things done.
Yes.
That's what they say because the systems, you have to be organized.
Yes.
That's the only way you can take on more. Now, of course, I need to take onto your new regime with having more self-care. But this is great.
Yes, it is. And that's what I think, that taking that break, taking that self-care, it energizes you to continue to do great work. And so, I recognize that in myself when it's time to take a step back, to rest. We don't want to get sick. We want to continue to do the wonderful work we're doing. And so I do hope you adopt, that self-care, that time and reflection and things of that.
Oh, I'm excited to do that starting in the morning. Yes.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you so much for coming onto the show today. Thank you so much. If you guys want to reach her or get her services, that's her email there. And then her website there. So definitely reach out to her. She will maximize your potential. And this is like I said, our Houston Olivia Pope. Yes. So thank you again. And thank you to everybody for watching us. Make sure that you tune in every week at Wednesday at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock Central. We're on YouTube, Twitch TV, Facebook, all podcast platforms. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. Have a good night.